Hello and welcome to Arts 24. Thank you so much for joining us here. It's one of the hottest events of the year, if you were lucky enough, a chance to see Oasis live on tour. The British 90s rock band hits the road for the first time in 15 years. Their Oasis live tour begins on July 4th in Cardiff, Wales. It'll end in November in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Seeing Oasis in concert, however, will not come cheaply, with the average concert goer expected to spend up to €900 on tickets, travel and food. France 24's Catherine Viette and our colleagues at France 2 crunched the numbers.
They are the act to catch this summer. 15 years after their breakup, the Gallagher brothers and their band Oasis are again setting the UK ablaze for their big comeback. They'll also be burning up their fans' credit cards. More than €1 billion are expected to be spent on the series of sold-out concerts. This French fan will also be singing along in London this July. He's one of the 1.5 million people lucky enough to snag a ticket, but his prize comes at a price. Remy Fajot did the math. Transportation, hotels and meals adds up to €1,970 for two.
The first couple days after buying the tickets, we wondered if we were avid enough fans to spend that much money on a concert. We finally decided it would probably be one of the only opportunities to see this band, so we agreed to go for it.
Back in London, the tourism industry is also getting into the groove. Just steps away from the concert venue, this pub expects to serve up to 1,500 customers a day.
For a normal concert at Wembley Stadium, we're probably going to make about 3 times as much. There's only one event that's more expensive than this. That's the Champions League final.
These 8 hotel rooms are also fully booked for all the band's dates, despite skyrocketing prices.
Well, the normal price is probably about £60 or £70 a night. When Oasis are playing, it's about £350 a night. It is good for business, yeah, it's very good for business.
With concert goers expected to shell out an average of around €900 for the experience, these legendary concerts are expected to be the most profitable in British history.
They are 2 young French environmental activists, Victoria Guillemon and Joanne Roboul, set themselves the challenge of traveling from Paris to Shimla in northern India by train. Now, they initially set out to document the challenges linked to water, but midway, their focus changed. Their documentary Shimla offers a more optimistic, hopeful look at the challenges facing our planet. It'll be projected in cinemas across France next month. They talked to France 24 about their film. Take a look.
J'incarne mon époque, ma génération, anxieuse d'un futur incertain et droguée au toujours plus. Mais on ne peut pas rentrer dans les clous d'une société qu'on trouve bancale. Alors j'ai voulu fuir. Une fugue des temps modernes.
Sans la connaître, j'ai reçu une invitation de Victoria. Partir en Inde, sans avion. Étouffé par les actualités angoissantes, j'ai accepté d'y aller.
Shimla is a documentary about a big trip. We crossed 19 countries in 6 months, and the principal goal was to join India without taking any plane to talk about water issues around the world.
We didn't know how to film. We never had a camera in our hands, and we wanted to do a documentary. We were in India to talk about water issues, but we realized that we talked a lot about climate change, we talk about a lot of water issues, but we don't talk about why we're not going forward and why we're not trying to save the human on this planet.
It is necessary to see the world, to meet different people, meet different cultures, that widen our mind.
I use a lot of social media because I think it's a powerful tool to talk to people. I use humor to talk about environmental issues, and I try to gather everyone around to talk about those issues and to see that environmental subject is for everyone.
we really hope that this movie will be spreaded all around society and each generation.
Well, here in the French capital, a series of cultural events are taking place this year to celebrate the bicentenary of diplomatic relations between France and Brazil. Among them, an exhibition at Maison La Roche. The World Heritage listed house in Paris's 16th arrondissement was created by the pioneering French-Swiss architect known as Le Corbusier. This year, the exhibition Alberto 4 showcases Le Corbusier's influence on Brazilian artists. Jennifer Ben-Brahim tells us more.
A treasure of modern architecture. By the late Franco-Swiss master Le Corbusier, Maison La Roche was constructed in 1928 for a rich art collector. Now, the works of 25 Brazilian artists are being showcased on these very walls. From Luiz Urbini's Homage to the modernist holiday building in Recife, to Marina Perez Simão's colourful study of landscapes.
Maybe that this could be a cave or this could be a mountain, but as the work evolves, my thought migrates more to the passage of colors towards the next and the forms that unfold.
The Alberto 4 exhibition explores the way in which Le Corbusier, one of the pioneers of brutalism, left his mark on Brazilian artists, past and present.
Le Corbusier had such a great influence in Brazil, not only in the architecture, but also in the arts. When we see downstairs, there's a collage that Beatriz Milhazes produced specifically for this show, and she got inspired by Le Corbusier's collages. So we thought it was a good idea to put them in dialogue.
Le Corbusier visited Brazil 3 times, contributing to the development of Brazilian modernism. It was also a chance for Le Corbusier to test out his radical new design concepts.
He thought that Brazil could be the place for the constructions that he could not have here. He did a project for Rio which would put together architecture, circulation, and in some sort of way a protection of nature. His idea was to make a snake-like building which the cars would be on the ceiling. It would be like an outer route.
Although that project never came to fruition, Le Corbusier did team up with Lucio Costa and Oscar Niemeyer on designing the Ministry of Education in Rio. He left an indelible mark on these 2 pioneers of Brazilian architecture, such as their modernist approach to their construction of the new capital Brasilia in the 1950s.
Alberto 4 runs until June 8th at Paris's Maison La Roche. It's a museum and art store dedicated to all things neon. It's called God's Own Junkyard. It's in the heart of industrial London, and the owners there have been curating, creating, and selling neon signs for decades. Here you can find some 10,000 neon signs. The museum and art space has garnered a cult following among those nostalgic for the past. France 24's Jennifer Ben-Brahim and our colleagues at France 2 tell us more.
In the heart of this industrial zone in northeast London, a museum you won't find listed in any tourist guide. God's Own Junkyard. A joyful cacophony of colour and light. This neon temple is a labyrinth that Matthew Bracey has been navigating for 30 years.
This is our neon display. Everything's scattered around and all thrown up on the walls. We've got neon, neon, neon everywhere. It's really expensive, the electricity.
The collection of around 10,000 neon signs is dazzling to these visitors.
I think it's beautiful and amazing, and if I could live here, I would.
All the colours are very warm and inviting. It feels cozy.
That it kind of takes you back to like the 80s and 90s, and it's a really unique place, and I've never seen anything quite like this before.
The Bracey family's passion for neon art goes back more than 70 years and 3 generations.
My granddad, originally, he was working in the mines in the Rhondda Valleys in Wales, and he decided he had enough of working in the dark, in the dirt and the grime, and he come up and he jumped on an awesome car and he made his way over to London, where he worked with a neon sign company. It's always been in the blood.
The museum is continuing this legacy. Matthew and his team of glassblowers create up to 20 new neon signs per week, especially for films. From Mission Impossible, Batman and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, a way to spotlight this delicate art form.
Chose the correct moment where the temperature of glass and flexibility is good enough for make this movement.
New works are added daily, helpful seeing as the majority of the neon signs are for sale, from €400 to more than €40,000 for the biggest and the brightest.
Well, neon lights are part of our next exhibition too. 12 European artists have come together for 15 light installations across 3,000 square meters at the exhibition hall La Villette here in northern Paris. Into the Light not just celebrates the beauty and creative power of light, but it also shows us how artists have used light to combine art, sensory experiences, and technology. Well, let's leave you with some images of this show that runs until August 31st. Thank you for watching Arts 24. Stay tuned, more news coming up.